Good, how are you today?
Good. Okay, so for our session with Ben today, I made this handout for you. We're basically going to just be talking about a couple of the things that we're really going to be focusing on in today's session. If you ever have any questions or anything, please feel free to stop me and I'll explain anything in further detail that you need. So right here, the first thing you're going to see is that for the language goal today, we're going to be learning about and working with Ben on sound object association. So what that is basically is saying a word and giving it meaning by having the object there with you. So for example, that would be like saying dog and making sure you're pointing to a toy dog or your actual dog so that the child is able to put the language of the word dog with the true meaning of what it's representing. So we're going to be working on that today by working with him on the word milk. So I know you're open to learning sign language. So this is the sign for milk. Just like this. Yeah, perfect. So we're going to be using our spoken English to say milk while we're showing him the sign, as well as showing him his bottle of milk. So that's just another example of that sound object association. So that's one thing we're going to be working on. The second thing for our auditory goal, we're going to be doing language expansion and acoustic highlighting. So those are kind of big words. Let me break them down a little bit. Right here is where you can find those on your paper. So first, language expansion. So that's going to be when you take a simple sentence and you basically are just expanding it using more adjectives, more descriptive words, things that give the child more access and they're hearing those words and they're able to utilize those in the future when they begin to speak and create sentences on their own. So an example of that would be like, I have a cat. And then you could expand on that by saying, I have a cat that is soft and white.
Okay.
If you're using that word soft or white, you're really expanding on that child's vocabulary by giving them those adjectives, the access to those words. Do you have any questions about that?
Maybe give another example to
Yeah,
further my knowledge of
for
it.
sure. In our session with Ben, we're going to be reading a book. So it's about cows and things like that, and there's a lot of really cool images and pictures in the book.
Sure.
So I'm gonna have you really focus on like pointing to the pictures and being like, I see a cow. The cow has spots. The cow has black and white spots. Things like that. Does that make sense to you? Just kind of taking, first off, starting with a short sentence and then just really expanding on it one or two times. Adding those extra words. And then the acoustic highlighting. So in this book, it's perfect. It says, cows are typing or whatever, and it says click, clack, moo. And the moo is actually bolded in the book, which is perfect because that's what acoustic highlighting is. I'm going to have you really focus on getting louder when you say the word cow and when you say the word moo. That way the child is hearing those words just a little bit louder, they're kind of sticking out, you're highlighting them, and so then we can kind of start to work even on the association of cows say moo, Okay. So that's going to be our auditory activity for today. The third thing we're doing is speech. So for speech, our strategy is going to be singing. I know that you guys do a lot with music at home and that Ben really reacts positively to that. So I'm going to have you sing and sign head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So for speech, singing is great. You're using a lot of words. It's got a lot of pattern to it. It really helps with those speech development skills. So, and since the song already kind of has like signals to it anyways, it'll be perfect to work on that sign and also sound object association, hearing head, seeing you point to your head, etc. So do you have any questions at all on anything we just went over?
No, I don't think so. Are there any specific goals that you have?
So I really want to work with Ben today on his language skills. So I know that we've only had that hearing aid for about 2.5 months.
Yeah.
So I know that he's got one really good ear in that left ear, so I know he's been getting some sound, but we really want to continue to give him that sound object association. I think by incorporating the sign like you're up to, that'll really help start to give him that language foundation, and we can build on that. And babies love their milk, so it'll be perfect to work on that first. And so yeah, that's my main goal for today. I really want to focus on those language skills, and then obviously everything else come after.
Perfect.
Yeah. Any other questions at all?
Not that I can think of.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.